Okay, I wanted to talk a little bit about feed. I know that a lot of people feed their rabbits pellets, and that's all they feed. As far as meat rabbits go, I think I've heard that that's the fastest way to grow them out. I know some people feed nothing but natural foods, and it's a little slower to grow out the rabbits, but it's a whole lot cheaper and it's a whole lot better, healthier for the rabbits, I've heard. I don't know. For me, this is what I do, because I don't want to be stuck either one way or the other. I buy pellets because it's cheap. Because it's easy. It's not quite as cheap as I could go, but it is easy. And all of my rabbits that have babies, and all of my babies that are growing up, have free choice of pellets all the time. But in addition to the pellets, I also give hay and turnip greens, all the turnip greens they can eat, because we have a ton of them. Right now it's turnip greens, and we're fixing to start some lettuce beds and some greens, some arugula and spinach and things. So it'll be other greens, but I also give grains. I give barley and oats that I buy from Azure Standard. I buy 45-pound bags of organic barley and oats. One of them's $10 for a bag, and one of them's $12 for a bag, and they last like about a month. So what I do for the rabbits that don't have babies is I feed them pellets every other day, and I feed them grain and hay and greens every other day. So I don't want them totally dependent on pellets. Like I said, you don't know if that's going to be available forever. I don't want them totally dependent on that. Not only do I not want them dependent on pellets, I also don't want them dependent on a certain brand of pellets. We live out in the country, quite a ways from any towns, so when I buy feed at whatever town I'm in, and they don't all have the same brand. So the rabbit pellets that I buy may be different from one time to the next, and I don't want my rabbits dependent on what kind of pellets they have or what kind of feed they have. I want them to be able to thrive on anything. And so to that end, I want to make sure that they're well adjusted to grains and hay and greens. I tried to have alfalfa hay on hand. Let me show you what this is barley. I don't know if that can focus, but this is just barley that I'm feeding them right now. I'm out of oats at the moment, but I also try to have alfalfa hay on hand to meet the protein needs when I'm not feeding pellets. But like I said, the babies have pellets available all the time. But for the ones that aren't babies, I want them to have grass hay all the time, and I want them to have alfalfa hay when I don't have pellets for them, because I want them to be able to adjust to and adapt to whatever feeds are available for them at whatever time. I don't want to be stuck, and I don't want them to suffer in the event that for some reason they can't have a certain feed that they're used to. I don't want that. So anyway, that's the way I feed for my meat rabbits. I want it to be a little bit cheaper too, so I do try to feed a little bit cheaper. But I also want them to be able to adapt to whatever feeds they happen to need, or whatever feeds happen to be available at the time. And I don't want to be stuck having to feed them a certain thing because that's what they're used to. So that's why I feed what I feed. Anyway, that's all.